Situational awareness. If anybody who's anybody has probably told you you need to be situationally aware, self included. But what does that mean? Let's unpack that for a second. Well, duh, Kristen, it means to be aware of your situation. Well, duh, right? So what does it really mean? That means to be mindful, to be paying attention. Okay, but what are we paying attention to? Everything. I'm looking at everything, all the things. Now, do you remember anything? You know, when you're driving and you're looking at everything and then it's like, wait a minute, how did I get here? I don't remember. Well, it's because we're kind of going into that muscle memory. Our subconscious is taking over because, you know, we've driven this route like a million times. So how do we stay aware and what are we staying aware to? So when you go to the mall or you go, why would you go there? Or Walmart, same. Why would you go there? Nothing good happens at Walmart. But let's say you are, because that's the only store in town. What are you looking for? You're looking for bad guys. Okay, what do bad guys look like? Oh, because they wear XYZ clothes that say bad guys on their hat, right? Or we're assuming they're guys. Okay, let's just do the math there. Majority of the time, they are guys. So ladies, we are usually the first person they look at. But anyways, so what does this bad guy look like? What color are they? What color clothes do they wear? How are they tall? Are they short? Are they fat? Are they this, that, or the other? There's no one specific type of person that's the bad guy. Anybody who wants something that somebody else has, or doesn't want to work for something, or just has a violent nature, or maybe had a bad freaking day and now has tires that they have to buy for their car and they're like stressed out and they decide to and to rob you, whatever, right? So what are we looking for? A good rule of thumb is we're looking for something specific. So don't try to look at everything because you're not going to remember everything, but you're looking for, I love my buddy Terry says hands, which is a great thing. Yeah, we can look at eyes, but if we're looking up at their eyes, what's going on down here? I don't carry a gun up here. I carry it down here. And what's the first thing that I'm going to do when I go for that gun? My hands are going to move because nothing else is going to go for that gun other than my hands. So we should start there, looking at our hands. Also, what looks different? So everybody's walking around normal, casually, having conversations, looking at their phones, which you shouldn't be doing. But what's that one person doing that kind of looks shady? Whatever looks shady looks like, right? It might be somebody who stands out in that they're just looking at everybody and they're observing and maybe have some body tension or arms are crossed. And we're at Walmart, right? Everybody's supposed to be shopping. Why are they kind of fidgeting and moving around and kind of looking at the doors and checking everything out? That's not the norm. The norm is not paying attention. 1, they're shopping. 2, because you're in Walmart and maybe trying on clothes or talking to somebody or whatever, or buying groceries. Those are normal. What's not normal is somebody who's constantly looking at other people, looking at doors, looking around. That's kind of what sketch looks like, right? So when you're being situationally aware, you're being mindful, you're paying attention, but you're paying attention to specific things. Like if I were to tell you right now to close your eyes, do you remember anything about my jewelry, about my shirt, about the things on the back, about how my hair was last time, because girl has some crazy hair days sometimes. So thinking about that, of course you don't remember because that wasn't your focus. Your focus was hopefully the things that I have to say and what I was saying. That was your focus because you don't need to be mindful about my clothes. You don't need to be mindful about what's behind me or what color my walls are or whatever, because that's not your focus at that point. So think about that. Hope that's helped. KristenWTF.com. Share, like, do all the things. Thank you and have a great day.